So what's happening, guys? This is a look outside my the front of my house, where you can't see where my yard ends, the road begins, and then my neighbor's yard begins. Anyhow, we've been covered up here with ice and snow. I've actually taken the day off today because it was too dangerous to get out and travel. I think it's a whopping 12 degrees outside, which is crazy for Middle Tennessee. So having said that, we're going to cut this and maybe sort some cards. Alright guys, welcome back. So it's cold day outside. Got lots of natural light coming through the window. Today I'm actually going to focus on my 1986 top set. I have gotten a binder, which I'll show you in just a moment. Added a bunch of pages to it. Actually wiped all of my pages out. Card protector pages. I have some cards here that I'm about to go through from PickerJimS, and I am gonna see what I get. And long story short, let me flip the camera around and I kind of do it so you can see what I'm doing. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys. So when you're working on sets that are this size, the 86 set is 792 cards, so almost 800 cards. So it's a pretty big set. You have to at least have a 2-inch binder, which I think that's what this is, 2.5 inch. It may even be a 3-inch. I'll have to check on that. But I bought a binder that was black to match the cards, and it wound up not being big enough. So my wife had another one, and I traded it with her. When I get the chance, I would like to have this in a black binder. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to get these ones where you can slide a piece of paper down in them, and then I'll put some artwork or something on the front of the binder, like 86 tops and 86 top set, something like that. So having said that, as I open this up, you can see I had lots of holes. Let me pick the camera up so you can see lots of holes in my sheets here. I thought that I had a better collection than that, and I got a fair amount of duplicates. And most of these, of course, are commons. Jim, I have a box here that has some cards from Jim. Thank you, Jim, for that. I won like 3rd place in one of your 500, 600, 700, I'm not exactly sure, subscriber giveaways. And I mentioned what I won was 2 rack packs of 86 tops and 2 rack packs of 87 tops, which is sweet. I haven't even opened them yet because I've been kind of putting this video off. But he also sent me a bunch of his comments because I mentioned in a comment, wow, I'm excited because I'm trying to put that set together. So Jim, thank you so much for helping me with that. So having said that, I'm going to cut this off and show you the cards I got from Jim. Okay, so I swapped the box and the binder. So this is like a 500 count box, and this is the actual box that Jim sent me. And when I open it up, here's his note again, 1986 Topps Commons. I hope there's some in here that you can use for your set. So Jim, again, I saved your note. The rack packs I won are right here. That's the 86. That's also an 86, I believe. And then again, 2 87s, which I'll save for another time. But then all of these cards right here. Now I will tell you that I've gone in advance and I pulled these cards out and I put them in numerical order. And when I did that, I was able to get them in a state where I can go through the binder and add the ones I need to add. I did not do a count on them, but I mean, you can see if this is a 500 count box, there's got to be at least 300 cards in there that he sent me of just those. And then on another video, we may do these rack packs to see what we yield from those as well. So let me cut this and then show you something else. Okay, so in addition to those cards, I had done some 86 tops rack packs and wax packs and different things, breaks over the years, and even had some cards. Look, apparently that top loader was stuck to my wall or something as a kid. But some of these are all cards from 86 tops, but they got pulled out to maybe showcase because they were Hall of Famers or whatnot. So I got a Raleigh Fingers there. Pedro Guerrero was just an all-star. He was a star for the Dodgers back in the early 80s. So a lot of y'all, between him and Fernando Valenzuela, which is that card right there, I believe they helped the Dodgers win the 81 World Series, 80 or 81 World Series, and then became, big time after that. And he was still breaking records in 85. Donnie Baseball, there's an all-star card of his. Rocket, Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan. There's a Dave Winfield, Pete Rose manager card, and then Alan Trammell. Not only, I put these cards in top loaders just because, again, I was showcasing them at the time and kind of putting them up. So I'll be able to get these and add them to the set and be able to free up some top loaders for some other cards. So I'll show you something else. All right, so the other thing is I've gone up and I've gotten my childhood binders. There's one over there. And forgive my table, I pulled some stuff back, but that binder is covered with the hologram stickers you can get from Upper Deck. So I'll show these some other time. And then I've got this actual Topps album that I ordered from one of the book clubs that you used to go to order books from when you were in school. I believe they called them troll book orders back in the day. But anyhow, I have these set up. At the time, I think I did National League and American League or something like that. And so what I'll do is I'll go through some of these pages. Look, you can hear it sticking together. I've had it so long. To see if there's any that, I started collecting heavily in 87. So most of my cards go back to 87. And then there's some 86 cards in here. But if they don't look like they're in decent shape, then I probably won't move them. There's Don Mattingly, and like I showed you, I already had that all-star card. And there may not be many that I can pull out of here because, again, most of these guys, look at that, that's pathetic. But that shows you some of the guys that I used to collect as a kid. And so I'll cut this. I think there was a Steve Carlton or a couple other ones over in my other binder. And we might could pull some of them cards out and add to the set if we need to. But for right now, let's cut this and get into the next phase. Alright, so I'm actually using one of my binders as kind of a prop below my camera right here. But I've got the binder back out. I've not started sorting the cards yet. There was one tip I wanted to give, and hopefully this will help you out. So when you're taking your set and you're adding these to these pages, it goes 9 cards to a page, right? And I only add one card per slot. Now, one of the tip is when you're doing this, you run into these gaps, and you gotta make a spot for your gap. Well, when you get down to the bottom corner, this 9th card that's on your page, if you'll take the number, all right, so this is number 252. If you will add those 3 numbers together, so 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 2 is 9. If the number that you add up to is divisible by 9, then you have ended on the correct number. 2 different times, if not 3, whenever I was doing this, I got to the end and started up here, and then I looked and I was like, oh man, it's off. And there's nothing worse than being off in the 100s and then having to move 700 cards forward a spot just because you lost count. So it works every time. We'll go down here. Here's a Mark Langston. Mark Langston, if you add 495, 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 5 is 18. 18 is divisible by 9, so you ended on the correct card. So that's just a little tip for my set building guys out there. So having said that, I'm going to take the cards out of the box here. We'll go through the binder and see how many. I may count them first and then see how many of Jim's cards I'm able to add to my set. Just, I think Jim would be interested in knowing. So I'm going to cut this and I'll come back in just a second. Alright guys, so I did an actual official count of the cards that Jim sent me. Not including these 3 all-star cards that went in the hanger packs. There are 311 cards here. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 311. So that's a 90s band if you're not familiar with 311. I think the name of the song was Thank You, which is odd. Went to a 311 concert in 1997, 98, something like that. Anyhow, it's Starwood Amphitheater in Nashville, Tennessee. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through my set and we'll see how many of Jim's cards we're able to work into this, and I'll kind of give you a ratio of that, and then we'll see where the video takes us from there, guys. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, guys, welcome back. Shoulder's kind of sore from flipping cards, stuffing, turning pages. You know, it was kind of a long, drawn-out process. So, started out with 311 cards, just did a count, and we had 205 left. 205. So when I subtract those, we get 106 cards. So Jim, you were able to add 106 cards to my set, which is phenomenal. Thank you so much. I didn't realize, you know, you don't realize you have so many holes until you get in there and do that. Let me open my camera or my phone back up. If I divide that by the 311, that means I was able to use 34% of the cards that you sent in my set. So pretty cool. All right, so there's actually going to be a follow-up video to this. I'm going to do the rack packs here in just a minute, and I am going to see what cards I can add to that. If you're interested in the 86 Topps cards, make sure you watch this, because I'm going to be doing something with these cards that you'll have to watch the next video to be able to see what's going on. Having said that, I'm going to cut the video right here. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully it moved around enough to keep you interested in it. I do not have a count yet on the cards I still need from my set. At some point I will be getting that together. There's still a lot of star cards I've got put up. I did add 2 of the cards that I pulled from packs before that I wound up having in this set already, and I added them to this. I think it was a Pete Rose manager card and one of the Pedro Guerrero, I was thinking wrestling, all-star card I got added back, so there's a little bit more. But anyhow, I'm going to cut the video right here, guys. I'm going to go in here and try to edit this, splice all these little mini videos together, and maybe get in here and rip these rack packs too. So guys, hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below. Are you collecting? Are you a set builder? Do you like the 86 Topps set? I'm a big fan of it. I like the 71 set, the 86 set. I like 87 Donruss. There's some Pinnacle sets out there that were black bordered. So anyhow, leave me a comment and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.